stop.
Hey, all you Golden Eagles, you're listening to Southern Miss Today on Southern Miss Radio. I'm your Tuesday, Thursday show host, Skylar Angus Barker. We've got a great show coming up with some information about Imogen Barnelli detailing the first Scholar in Residence program, and Jaterica Wilson reporting the FDA approving the new COVID booster. And don't touch that dial because Max Hartleroad will share some things that you don't want to miss. You're listening to Southern Miss Today on Southern Miss Radio.
Sponsorship for Southern Miss Today comes from Mr. Sippy Beverages. Mr. Sippy Beverages provides water coolers, and coffee service throughout South Mississippi. Take half of your weight in pounds. That's how many ounces of water you need a day. Mr. Sippy Beverages can help you reach that goal by delivering fresh water to your door. To get more information or to set up a cooler and water delivery, you can call Mr. Sippy Beverages at 601-271-2420, or you can find them online.
Hello, I'm Dr. Ed Simpson, Director of the School of Media and Communication at USM. Join me on Southern Miss Radio Friday afternoons at 12:30 for a new show, News You Need. On News You Need, USM students will discuss current events and why those events are important to them. Listen in on how the future citizens of the U.S. consider news and how those news events affect their lives. Join me for News You Need, Fridays at 12:30 on Southern Miss Radio.
Radio and USM Campus News. Office of Leadership and Student Involvement hosts annual Fall Student Organization Involvement Fair. The University of Southern Mississippi Office of Leadership and Student Involvement held its annual Fall Student Organization Involvement Fair September 13th in the Union Plaza on the Hattiesburg campus. LSI oversees close to 200 active student organizations, and this event showcased 70 different organizations and on-campus offices and departments for students to learn more about. Early connections to campus life and engagement can help students' overall success and belonging while in college. Student organizations at the fair represented all types of categories of groups, from special interests to religious to fraternity to sorority life. Leadership and Student Involvement Director Dr. Emily Holmes goes on to say, helping students find their fit on campus is part of the mission of our office. Close to 300 students attended the event, and we were able to check in and receive a passport card to encourage them to visit at least several different types of organizations at the fair. Once they filled their card, they were able to turn it in for a prize. The Offices of Leadership and Student Involvement oversees registered student organizations and houses the Student Government Association and the Southern Miss Activities Council Campus Programming Board. As a member of the Division of Student Affairs, it is committed to developing healthy, connected, and learning-focused students and communities. In Hattiesburg news, Laurel students celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month. Festivities began September 15th as the Laurel School District celebrates Hispanic Heritage Month. The month commemorates the culture and contributions of the country's citizens of Hispanic descent. Students can participate in various activities each day, involving arts and crafts, dress-up days, storytelling, and music. ESL coordinator Carolina Reeves Garcia said she hopes the month feels like a party, while also helping students become more culturally aware. Reeves Garcia goes on to say, you're raised in one place, and you don't have other customs, other habits. You don't think about a thing. So what we're doing, it's like raising awareness. And I think our native speakers, they appreciate that. In Mississippi news, mass shooting at Mississippi Pool Hall leaves 1 dead and 6 others injured. A mass shooting at a former nightclub in Mississippi claimed the life of a woman and left 6 others needing medical treatment. According to Tuchula Police Chief Kenny Hampton, the shots came from a vehicle outside of the mix around 11 p.m. on Friday. 7 people were shot, including 1 woman who died at the scene. 2 shooting victims were taken to the hospital in Lexington, Mississippi, and then airlifted from Lexington to the University of Mississippi Medical Center. 1 of them had been shot 3 times. Of the other victims, 3 were treated in Lexington and 1 in Greenwood. Rounds were discovered from an AK-47 and from an AR-15. Authorities are now looking for 2 suspects. In national news, debris found in search of an F-35 fighter jet that went missing after pilot ejected during mishap. A U.S. fighter jet's stealth abilities appear to be working too well, as it took authorities hours to locate a debris field after an F-35 went missing when the pilot ejected because of a mishap. The debris was discovered Monday evening about 2 hours northeast of Joint Base Charleston, an air base in North Charleston, officials said, without providing further details. The base had been working with Marine Corps Air Station Beaufort to locate an F-35 that was involved in a mishap Sunday afternoon. The pilot was able to safely eject from the aircraft an F-35B Lightning II jet and was taken to a local medical center in stable condition. We'll be right back with sports and weather after a word from our sponsors.
Sponsorship for Southern Miss Today comes from Mississippi Beverages. Mississippi Beverages provides water, water coolers, and coffee service throughout South Mississippi. Take half of your weight in pounds. That's how many ounces of water you need a day. Mississippi Beverages can help you reach that goal by delivering fresh water to your door. To get more information or to set up a cooler and water delivery, you can call Mississippi Beverages at 601-271-2420, or you can find them online. Sponsorship comes from American Graphics. Located at 8 Commercial Warehouse Drive in Hattiesburg, American Graphics provides custom screen printing and embroidery. They can be reached by phone at 601-602-2277. And the website is goamericangraphics.com. American Graphics, printing at its finest.
At Beale Street Challenge. Memphis announced the Beale Street Challenge all-tournament team on Monday, selecting Southern Miss junior middle blocker Kara Atkinson and junior libero Megan Harris to the 7-player list. Harris and Atkinson's play highlighted a successful road trip to the Golden Eagles, who finished in Memphis, Tennessee, with a 2-1 record. Congratulations. Soccer holds South Alabama to scoreless draw in conference opener. The Southern Miss soccer team drew a scoreless tie against preseason favorites South Alabama Sunday afternoon at the Southern Miss Soccer Complex. Coach Elzair goes on to say, "Today's game was a massive and mature performance from the ladies who showed their ability to adapt, and we just look ahead for our next conference matchup against Troy." To keep up with all the Golden Eagle sports activities, head on over to southernmiss.com. Now over to your weather. If you enjoyed yesterday's fall start and summer afternoon, you're in for a treat as low humidity air continues to dominate. Like yesterday, we started today off with a fall-like temperatures and humidity. That means lows will range from the mid-50s to the low 60s, and highs climb once again into the mid-90s. That's a familiar roller coaster for our transitional seasons, but thankfully, the humidity won't fluctuate as wildly. That'll be low for the rest of the week, only spiking ahead of a weak front that brings our first real chance of rain in a while. It won't be enough to help us out with our drought conditions, but at least a chance of rain moves in for Monday and Tuesday. Up next, we have Imogen Barnelli detailing the First Scholar in Residence program. Check it out.
This is Mississippi Moments, produced by the Center for Oral History and Cultural Heritage at the University of Southern Mississippi and supported by the Mississippi Humanities Council. I'm Bill Ellison. The Mississippi Humanities Council was founded in 1972 with a grant from the National Endowment for the Humanities. Imogen Borganelli details the First Scholar in Residence program.
Our first Scholar in Residence program was the one that Dr. White from Delta State was involved with, and I would go with Dr. White to some of the service organizations for him to speak, to tell them what the humanities were and to try to get people to be interested in them. And he would try to get the lay people interested in the humanities. They really didn't know what the humanities involved. And so that was the result of all our planning and all, was to try to get the professors and the lay people to really converse, and Dr. White would go out and talk to some of the people just on the street, because there used to be such a chasm between college people and people who did not have a college education. And that was really what that program was all about.
To hear more, visit MississippiMoments.org or just like us on Facebook. Mississippi Moments is supported by the Mississippi Humanities Council. The humanities are for everyone.
That was Imogen Barganelli detailing the First Scholar in Residence program. Coming up, we've got a special guest that you don't want to miss right after a word from our sponsors.
Sponsorship for Southern Miss Today comes from Mississippi Beverages. Mississippi Beverages provides water, water coolers, and coffee service throughout South Mississippi. Take half of your weight in pounds. That's how many ounces of water you need a day. Mississippi Beverages can help you reach that goal by delivering fresh water to your door. To get more information or to set up a cooler and water delivery, you can call Mississippi Beverages at 601-271-2420, or you can find them online.
Imagine being denied an apartment because of housing discrimination.
It's so wrong.
But who has the power to stop this?
You do. The law is on your side. If you've been discriminated against because of race, color, religion, sex, national origin, disability, or familial status, file a complaint with HUD. Fair housing is your right.
Use it.
Visit HUD.gov/fairhousing. A public service message from HUD and the National Fair Housing Alliance.
Welcome back to Southern Miss Today on Southern Miss Radio. Now, please give a warm Golden Eagle welcome to Max Hartleroad. How are you, Max?
Great. Happy to be back in the Hub City.
Great, that's great. And for anyone who doesn't know you, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
My name is Max Hartleroad. I'm from Columbus, Mississippi. I'm part of the band Hartleroad with my brother, my cousin, and our friend Tyler. We played Hattiesburg for years, and we're releasing a new record, and we love it here.
Yeah. Well, you did.
My feed died. You're hot, but it's just not getting anything.
Sorry about that for anyone listening. It seems that we have some technical problems. So what we're going to do here is we're going to adjust things a little bit. And if you can actually come over here. So sitting right next to me is Max Hartleroad from the Hartleroads. And for anyone that just missed what just happened, can you reintroduce yourself?
Yes, my name's Max Hartleroad from the band Hartleroad. We're from Columbus, Mississippi. Happy to be back in the Hub City.
Sorry about that. Southern Miss Today, once again, we had a little bit of technical difficulties, but I believe now we've sorted it all out. So, regarding Hartleroad's roots, I heard a little bit that you guys started off in a grandmother's garage in New Hope. Can you tell us about how that feels compared to now?
Pretty similar, to be honest. So we started playing in our grandmother's garage because Toby, the singer, and Miles, the bass player, they're my family, cousin and brother.
We lost them all. I don't know what is going on. I got every mic hot, like jacked all the way up, and then just not getting anything.
Okay.
Okay.
It's live, baby.